This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a new campaign is using familiar faces in a bid to change attitudes towards bowel cancer. Police search for those believed responsible for starting fires at a central Dunedin hotel. And school children nationwide have been invited to help promote awareness of the overuse of antibiotics. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Holly Buchanan. A new campaign is using familiar faces in a bid to change attitudes towards bowel cancer. The Southern District Health Board's new campaign features 8 well-known people from the South. The aim is to encourage more people to take part in the National Bowel Screening Program.
First guys I played in the front row with for South, and there was 5 of us picked and 3 dead, all with cancer. It's quite a scary thing.
Watching themselves on the big screen. The Southern District Health Board's new campaign to encourage more people to take part in the National Bowel Screening Program has just been launched. The campaign features well-known local people such as former All Black Lester Rutledge, whose father died of bowel cancer at age 52.
Lately I've experienced a bit of cancer, not in the bowel but another part of my body, and so I guess for me it's about being aware of what may be inside your body, and I've been getting scans, regular scans and colonoscopies and things like that for the last year or so.
Health Minister David Clark says the Champions campaign is to promote participation in the bowel screening program.
Well, the Champions are local people who are known locally and represent different sectors of the community. It's really important that people hear the stories about what a difference it can make in people's lives to have this screening done, because we know screening saves lives, but the challenge is to get people to do the screening, return the tests and so on, and that's what these Champions are pushing for.
Southern residents are among the first in the country to benefit from the new program due to the high rate of bowel cancer in the south, and Clark says the new program will help save lives.
And it's anticipated that around 100 people over the first 2 years of the program running will have cancer picked up early, and that'll mean better quality of life, and in many cases also will mean that people's lives will be saved.
The new bowel cancer screening program is free for men and women between 60 and 74 years of age, with the program intending to reach more than 50,000 residents across Otago and Southland. In Invercargill for The South Today.
Dunedin City Councillors and the Mayor have accepted a 5.7% pay rise backdated to July 1st. Community board members will receive a 1.5% pay rise. The pay rates of elected local government officials is set by the Remuneration Authority. They noted the report without discussion. Mayor Dave Cull will now be paid nearly $160,000 a year, while Deputy Mayor Chris Staines will receive just short of $80,000. And police are continuing their search for those believed responsible for 3 fires started at a central Dunedin hotel this morning. The smoke-logged hotel was evacuated this morning after 3 fires were deliberately lit on the first floor, a senior fire officer says. Fire and Emergency New Zealand were called to the Leviathan Heritage Hotel in Queen's Gardens about 8 a.m. Senior Station Officer Rob Torrance says he believes 3 different fires had been deliberately started on furniture and a printer in the lounge on the first floor. 4 fire appliances attended the incident, and crews using breathing apparatus quickly extinguished the flames. A police spokeswoman says officers remained at the building until around midday with a fire investigator. They say the search for offenders is continuing. And police pursued a wanted man over a fence and through backyards yesterday morning before the alleged offender was apprehended, injured and shoeless. The chase began about 9 a.m. after police responded to reports of a man acting suspiciously in Hillary Street in the Dunedin suburb of Bulletin near Pine Hill. A witness told the ODT the man appeared to have run down Low Street in an attempt to evade police, who blockaded the intersection of Hillary Street and Pine Hill Road as they closed in. The man was apprehended by police shortly thereafter in Tasman Street. And school pupils around New Zealand have been invited to create posters promoting awareness of the overuse of antibiotics. Health Minister Dr. David Clark visited Dunedin North Intermediate to encourage pupils to enter the competition.
To raise awareness about antibiotics.
A visit from New Zealand's Health Minister. Dr. David Clark invites Dunedin North Intermediate children to create a poster about the dangers of antibiotic resistance. He says the competition is a good way to get the message across to both children and their parents.
Children, we know, are open to learning new ways of doing things, and they carry the message often to the parents as well as learning it for themselves. And so we've got a poster competition, and young people will be putting their entries in. Closes at the end of September, and it will get the message across about the importance of hand washing and the importance of making sure that we don't overuse antibiotics.
Clark says antibiotics are powerful life-saving drugs when used correctly.
They are incredibly important drugs because they solve things that didn't used to be able to be solved a few hundred years ago, and mean that people can live where they otherwise wouldn't live.
However, worldwide overuse of antibiotics is creating new strains of infections that are becoming increasingly difficult to treat. The poster competition's main message is to encourage hand washing and avoid antibiotic treatments against colds and flus.
We know we use too many of them, and there are ways to avoid using more antibiotics than we need. Simple things like washing your hands regularly and properly, and not prescribing when it's a virus or a cold. Make sure people look after themselves.
The winning posters will be used to promote both Patient Safety Week and World Antibiotic Awareness Week, which are observed in November. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
And still to come on the South Today, MP Michael Woodhouse calls for whistleblower Chelsea Manning to be banned from New Zealand. And pupils around the region demonstrate their generosity with the can collection event now in its 25th year.
Roslyn Mowers and Heating are your local Massport heating agents and offer you a competitive quote on complete Massport fire installation. Come and see the Massport Cromwell Ultra Low Emission Burner in action. See you in store soon.
Hi, it's me again. It's that time of year. It's our season, winter clearance. It's our greatest ever. 50% off all these: jackets and vests, knitwear, dress and casual trousers, warm shirts and business shirts, suits and sports jackets. 50% off. 3 stores, greatest ever winter season clearance. Alex Campbell Menswear.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So, all 3 stores, 50% off. It's our greatest ever winter clearance.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Welcome back. Dunedin-based MP and former Immigration Minister Michael Woodhouse says American whistleblower Chelsea Manning shouldn't be allowed into New Zealand. As a private in the US military, Manning was sentenced to 35 years in prison for leaking classified military documents. Manning served 7 of a 35-year prison term before former US President Barack Obama commuted her sentence and she was released last year. Woodhouse says this case bears no comparison to the recent visit of Canadian right-wing speakers Lauren Southern and Stephen Molyneux. The conviction means she has to apply for a special direction visa to come to New Zealand. Associate Immigration Minister Chris Fafoi's office said it hadn't yet received an application. School pupils around the region have been donating cans of food towards the annual Salvation Army Watties Cans for Good appeal. Now in its 25th year, the collection scheme helps restock Salvation Army food banks around the regions.
Sorting out donated cans of food. Schools in the Clutha region have collected food cans to go to the annual Salvation Army appeal. Belclusa Primary Principal Paddy Ford says it helps teach pupils that charity is not just for impoverished countries overseas, but can be much closer to home.
Charity is not just for World Vision, where we support somebody, but also that we work locally as well to help families that are in need or people that for one reason or another need a bit of help.
The schools used different ways of getting pupils to give cans, from mufti days to inter-house competitions. Tokomariro High School head boy Reuben Wilson says they all had a spare can or two for donation.
There's so many families out there that don't have these kind of luxuries in life, or the food, they just don't have it. And everyone's really got a can in their cupboard that I'm sure they could donate to people who really need it.
South Otago High School head boy Mason Terrell says it's in the school's ethic to help those in need.
Personally, I just feel sorry for those that don't have food, and so I personally want to give back, but to our school we also want to give back to those that are in need of food.
Belclutha's Salvation Army Food Bank Coordinator Stephanie Bowden says the demand on food banks is growing.
There is a need and it is growing just at certain times of the year with winter and the extra expenses that people incur at that time of the year.
And organisers expect the number of cans donated nationally to surpass last year's total of 92,000 cans. In Belclutha for the South Today.
And after the break on the South Today, Dunedin's annual ukulele jam gets off to a tuneful start at Tahuna Intermediate. And we check out what the weather has in store for us.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Roslyn Mowers and Heating are your local Massport heating agents and offer you a competitive quote on complete Massport fire installation. Come and see the Massport Cromwell ultra-low emission burner in action. See you in store soon.
Hi, it's me again. It's that time of year. It's our season, winter clearance. It's our greatest ever. 50% off all these jackets and vests, knitwear, dress and casual trousers, warm shirts and business shirts, suits and sports jackets. 50% off. 3 stores, greatest ever winter season clearance. Alex Campbell Menswear.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So, all 3 stores, 50% off. It's our greatest ever winter clearance.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Welcome back. After 21 years behind the bar, Clark's Junction hotel owners Adrian and Gillian Bardrick are retiring. For years, many driving the State Highway 87 route to Central Otago have wondered why the Clark's Junction hotel ended up being painted bright orange. Adrian Bardrick says the building used to be a cream colour, but they decided to paint it orange thanks to a certain megastore in South Dunedin. He says many people commented over the years, one regular patron often asking when they were going to paint over the undercoat. The Bardricks say the hotel is up for sale and they're looking forward to retiring. And Dunedin's 9th annual ukulele jam kicked off at Tahuna Intermediate today, with hundreds of children coming together from across the region. The 2-day event continues tomorrow with another 500 children setting their ukuleles for strum.
Ukes set for strum. They've got ukuleles and they're not afraid to use them. 500 school pupils from across Otago are converging on Dunedin for a 2-day ukulele jam. Organiser Ruth Buchanan says ukuleles have hit the right note with the youngsters.
It's a wonderful opportunity for all our students and teachers to come together and play ukulele, enjoy singing songs with all the students and having a chance to further their skills in ukulele.
Buchanan says the event is becoming so popular they're having to turn kids away, and it's an issue organisers are planning to solve by holding a bigger event next year.
We would really like to have an event next year where we don't have to turn so many children away. We've got 1,000 children playing over 2 days, and we've had to turn away about 200 or 300. So we'd like to bring it all together next year and have one big event.
The 500 pupils taking part in today's ukulele jam were also treated to a masterclass in West African drumming from Kofi Fuga. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A new nationwide campaign is underway in the South using familiar faces in a bid to change attitudes towards bowel cancer. Police continue their search for those believed responsible for starting 3 small fires at a central Dunedin hotel this morning. And school pupils around New Zealand have been invited to help promote awareness of the overuse of antibiotics by Health Minister David Clark. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got an interesting story looking at the changing roles of firefighters over the years. I guess historically we kind of think of them climbing ladders and putting fires out. But some figures we've shown have shown by the end of this year they will have attended 2,000 medical events and crashes in Otago alone.
Wow.
And particularly a focus in rural or isolated areas where they're becoming the first port of call in emergencies, and often a lot of volunteers, firefighters involved, so not quite what they signed up for.
Slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and we talked to some volunteers about how difficult they find, or some of them have found the new role, particularly some of the older firefighters. And we also talked to Fire and Emergency New Zealand about the support they put in place for firefighters. So, yeah, well worth a read, that story.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is, and something to make our readers smile from an Asian website which has rated the world's most luxurious prisons. And surprisingly, the Otago Correction Facility appears on the list alongside prisons in Sweden, Spain and Norway.
Must be plush.
Yeah, they've described it as not being inferior to a good hotel with underfloor heating. And they're particularly impressed with what they describe as an amazing perk of inmates being able to get employment training while being in the prison. We've talked to Otago Correction Facilities staff, and they thought it's quite amusing. Said not all the descriptions were correct, but they are quite proud of their educational opportunities that they provide for inmates and prepare them for life outside again. So yeah,
that's good, isn't it?
It is. On our arts pages, we talked to Sweatshop, which is a culturally diverse emerging writers group from North Sydney who are coming to Dunedin next month for the Writers' Festival. They're set up about 10 years ago to combat racist and classist stereotypes in West Sydney. So yeah, really interesting group who they're taught how to write critically and think well. So yeah, we could all do with that, I guess.
I'm sure. And
just a quick plug for tomorrow's ODT, we've got a comprehensive wedding guide feature, so if anyone's on the verge of planning their wedding, it's a must read.
It is, it sounds like
everything you want to know and more.
All in one. Yes. Right, thanks very much, Craig.
Thank you.
And now, time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Bulletin.
Tonight's southern view taken from the old Cadbury building on State Highway 1. Looking at the situation, the weather in Southland and Otago should remain mostly fine with a mix of sunny periods and some cloud, but prepare for a cooler southwesterly airflow this weekend. Looking to the northwest of the South Island now, Greymouth and Westport can expect rain and 16 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim also rain and 15. The weather's a bit brighter further south in Canterbury. Kaikoura can expect sun and 16 degrees. Christchurch 15, and for you Ashburton 14 degrees with a bit of cloud. Heading to the south now, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden can expect variable winds becoming fine and highs of 12 degrees. And across to Central Lakes, Wanaka and Queenstown can both expect light winds and 10 to 11 degrees. Alexandra and Tiano, you can plan for light winds with a bit of cloud and 12 degrees. In northern Otago, Timaru and Oamaru can expect light winds and highs of 14 to 15. Similar inland for Twizel and Omarama with light winds and highs of 11. And Dunedin, rain clears tonight with an overnight low of 8. Fine and sunny periods and some cloud tomorrow, a high of 13 and a low of 7. Friday brings back the fine weather with sunny periods, some clouds and light sou'westers and a high of 10 degrees. In Invercargill, a few showers possible tonight with an overnight low of 7. Tomorrow brings a break in the clouds with sou'easters, a high of 11 and a low of 5. And Friday sees some showers developing with colder sou'westers and a high of 10 degrees. And that's it from the team here at the South Today for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, jump online and follow us on Facebook, YouTube at channel39.co.nz and at odt.co.nz. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.